Jason Statham, known for his rugged charm and action-packed roles, has captivated audiences worldwide with films like The Transporter and The Expendables. His on-screen persona often reflects a blend of toughness and integrity, qualities that have earned him a reputation as a modern-day hero. Beyond the glint of Hollywood fame, Statham is recognized for his down-to-earth nature and commitment to fairness, making him relatable to fans of all ages. As he strides through the city's vibrant park on a sunny afternoon, Statham exudes an effortless confidence that he's not just another celebrity, he's a figure who embodies strength and resilience. With a keen sense for injustice and an unwavering moral compass, he remains aware of his surroundings, always ready to intervene when necessary. This day would test those qualities in unexpected ways. Little did he know that his encounter with bullies would soon reveal the depth of his character and highlight the importance of standing against cruelty in all its forms. The local park buzzed with life on that bright afternoon, filled with the laughter of children running freely under the warm sun. Swings creaked as little ones soared through the air, while others attempted daring feats on the jungle gym, their joyful shouts echoing across the grassy expanse. It was a picture of innocence and carefree fun, a sharp contrast to the brewing tension lurking in a shadowy corner. There, a group of boys congregated, their laughter taking on a menacing undertone, their swagger and sneering expressions hinted at mischief, an unsettling energy pulsing around them, while families enjoyed picnics and nearby parents chatted amiably. This cluster of bullies seemed oblivious to the joy surrounding them, fixated instead on a solitary figure not far away. A disabled boy, watching the other children play, remained isolated within this vibrant scene, a target for their taunts. The atmosphere shifted subtly. Beneath the sunny facade lay an undercurrent of darkness waiting to be confronted. This park, once a sanctuary, now threatened to become a stage for cruelty. In the midst of the playful chaos, the disabled boy stood apart, his gentle demeanor stark against the unkindness that surrounded him. Named Ethan, he possessed an unyielding spirit, shaped by years of navigating a world that often failed to understand him. With bright blue eyes filled with curiosity, he watched other children play, a soft smile lingering on his lips, revealing a heart full of kindness despite his isolation. Ethan's resilience was evident in how he carried himself. He had learned to find joy in the smallest of things, a fluttering leaf, the warm sun on his face, or a friendly nod from a passing adult. Though he was frequently targeted by the bullies for his differences, Ethan remained unbroken. Instead of succumbing to bitterness, he chose compassion, often offering a kind word or a smile to those who crossed his path. Yet, as he gazed longingly at the other children, his longing to join them became painfully clear. It was this very inner strength and gentle nature that would soon inspire someone unexpected to take action on his behalf. The laughter of children echoed around the park. The atmosphere turned dark in one corner where the bullies had zeroed in on Ethan. They encircled him like vultures, their jeers slicing through the joyful noise with a harshness that made the air feel heavy. "Look at him," one of them sneered, shoving Ethan lightly enough to make him stumble. "What are you going to do, fly away?" Ethan's heart raced as he felt the familiar sting of humiliation wash over him. He tried to stand tall, holding on to his inner strength, but their bullying continued unabated, each taunt and shove aimed to break his spirit. The boys laughed as they kicked dirt toward him, mocking his attempts to blend into the background. It was cruelty unmasked, devoid of empathy, as they took delight in Ethan's discomfort. In that moment, he wanted nothing more than to disappear, yet deep down, a flicker of hope remained that someone might intervene and put an end to their torment. Little did he know that someone would soon rise to the challenge and confront this vicious scene. As the tension reached its peak, Jason Statham entered the park, enjoying a rare moment of leisure. Dressed in a casual black t-shirt and well-worn jeans, he strolled along the walking path, soaking in the vibrant scene around him. Children's laughter filled the air, creating a cheerful backdrop that contrasted sharply with the distressing commotion emanating from a corner of the park. His attention was immediately drawn to a cluster of boys who seemed to be encroaching upon someone vulnerable. Statham's instincts kicked in. He noted Ethan standing alone, his expression a mix of hurt and defiance as the bullies surrounded him. The actor's brow furrowed with concern as he assessed the situation, quickly realizing this was no harmless scuffle. The energy shifted as Statham's imposing figure approached. The laughter of children faded into a tense silence. He felt an undeniable surge of determination to intervene and defend the innocent boy being tormented, ready to confront the bullies and demonstrate that compassion would prevail over cruelty. As Statham approached the scene, an unmistakable calmness enveloped him, a Stark contrast to the charged atmosphere, with a steady voice that carried authority, he called out to the bullies, "Hey, what's going on here?" The boys turned, their smirks fading into confusion as they recognized the man standing before them, one of Hollywood's toughest actors. Statham's presence alone was enough to shift the power dynamic. "You think it's funny to pick on someone who can't defend themselves," he continued, his gaze piercing through the bravado of the bullies. The boys exchanged nervous glances, shifting uncomfortably under the weight of his words. The bravado that fueled their taunts began to crumble as they faced an unexpected adversary, someone who wasn't just an ordinary bystander but a figure known for standing up for what is right in film and in life. "You might want to think twice about your actions," Statham warned, his voice low and firm. In that moment, the realization struck them. They had crossed a line they could not uncross, and their laughter would soon turn to regret, with the bullies now on edge. Statham seized the moment to instill a lesson they would not soon forget. "This isn't just about you being tough," he said, his voice calm yet firm. "Real strength comes from standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves." He gestured toward Ethan, who stood quietly, his eyes wide with a mix of fear and hope. Statham continued, "Compassion is what makes someone truly strong. You might think it's cool to pick on someone weaker, but that only shows how weak you really are." The boys shifted uncomfortably, the weight of his words sinking in. Statham's demeanor was no longer just intimidating, it was educational. He challenged them to reflect on their actions and consider how they would feel if they were in Ethan's shoes. As the tension hung in the air, Statham concluded, "You have a choice, either continue down this path or choose to be better. Make the right choice today." In those moments, the park transformed from a stage of bullying into an opportunity for growth and understanding. The encounter with Statham left a profound impact on the bullies, their bravado crumbling under the weight of his words. Initially cocky and dismissive, they now stood visibly shaken, their confidence eroding as they processed the realization that their actions were not just harmless fun but a reflection of their own weaknesses. As Statham's calm authority washed over them, they exchanged uncertain glances, discomfort creeping into their expressions. The message was clear: strength does not come from picking on those weaker than oneself. They could feel the shift within themselves. What had once felt like power became a source of shame. In that moment, they were confronted not only with the consequences of their bullying but also with an opportunity for transformation. The harsh laughter that once echoed proudly in their minds faded, replaced by a dawning understanding of empathy and respect. As they retreated from the scene, quiet whispers filled the air, a tentative acknowledgement of their missteps and unspoken promises to choose kindness over cruelty in the future. As the bullies retreated, Jason Statham turned his attention to Ethan, who remained visibly shaken but hopeful, crouching down to the boy's level. Statham offered a reassuring smile that seemed to light up the clouds of fear lingering in Ethan's eyes. "You did great today," he said softly, his voice warm and encouraging. "Standing up for yourself takes a lot of courage, and I'm proud of you." Ethan looked up, his heart swelling with newfound confidence as he absorbed Statham's words. "It's not always easy to be brave, but you showed them what real strength is," Statham continued, gesturing toward the retreating bullies. "Always remember that kindness is powerful, and you're never alone in facing challenges." He placed a comforting hand on Ethan's shoulder, reinforcing the bond between them. In that moment, the park, once filled with tension, felt lighter as Statham emphasized the importance of friendship and standing together against injustice. Ethan's smile grew wider, buoyed by the realization that bravery can come in many forms and that support is just as vital as courage itself. As the scene unfolded, the bystanders who had witnessed Statham's intervention began to gather around, their expressions shifting from shock to admiration. Parents and children alike watched in awe as the Hollywood star not only stood up for Ethan but also imparted a valuable lesson about compassion. Whispers of appreciation filled the air, with many expressing gratitude for the actor's bold actions. Community members, inspired by Statham's example, approached Ethan with warm smiles and encouraging words. They offered their support, inviting him to join in their games and ensuring he knew he was not alone. Children who had previously ignored or overlooked him now extended friendship, eager to include him in their activities. The atmosphere in the park transformed, as a sense of unity emerged in the wake of the confrontation. With newfound camaraderie, bystanders rallied around Ethan, reinforcing the message that standing together against bullying creates a safer, kinder community. Statham's influence rippled through the crowd, reminding everyone present of the importance of empathy and support in the face of adversity. In conclusion, the events in the park serve as a powerful reminder of the importance of standing up against bullying. Jason Statham's intervention illustrates how one individual can use their influence to inspire change and advocate for kindness. A message that resonates far beyond the confines of that sunny afternoon. His actions not only empowered Ethan but also galvanized the community to foster an environment where compassion prevails over cruelty. This incident highlights that celebrities, when they choose to engage positively, can make a meaningful difference in society. By taking a stand against bullying and promoting empathy, they encourage others to do the same, igniting a ripple effect of support and understanding. It reinforces the idea that we all have a role to play in creating safer spaces for everyone, especially those who may feel vulnerable or isolated. Ultimately, every act of courage counts, and together, we can cultivate a culture that celebrates bravery and compassion in the face of adversity.